kids, welcome to the maths class. Today's topic is fractions. Today we are going to learn how to write the shaded fractions and the unshaded fractions. So, the main objective of today's learning is to understand how to identify the shaded and the unshaded fractions. Let's understand. One day, Rohan's mother bought 4 chocolates and these 4 chocolates had to be divided between Rohan and his sister. So the mother had to divide these equally. So 4 chocolates had to be divided among these 2 kids. As we know, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So Rohan will get 2 chocolates and his sister will get 2 chocolates as well. So they get 2 chocolates each. Now, on another day, Rohan's mother got just 2 chocolates. And again, these 2 chocolates had to be divided equally between these 2 kids. So, 2 chocolates had to be divided between these 2 kids. And as we know that 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. That means Rohan gets 1 chocolate and his sister gets 1 chocolate as well. So they get 1 chocolate each. Now on another day, Rohan's mother got just 1 chocolate. Now there is just 1 chocolate but there are 2 kids. What would she do? So, will she give it to only one of them? No, that won't be fair. So now the chocolate has to be divided into these 2 kids. So what does the mother do? She breaks the chocolate into 2 equal parts and gives 1 part to each of the 2 kids. So Rohan gets 1 part and his sister gets 1 part. So 1 part is 1 divided by 2 and the other part is also 1 divided by 2. So will you say that they have got 1 chocolate each? No, they have got 1 part of 2 equal parts. So Rohan has got 1 part of 2 equal parts and his sister has got 1 part of 2 equal parts. So, how do I write it mathematically? We will use fractions to write it mathematically. Since the chocolate is divided into 2 equal parts, we will write it as 1/2, which means 1 is the number of parts of the whole and 2 is the total number of equal parts. This is how we write fractions. At the bottom, we write total number of equal parts and number of parts we have is written on top. So, what is a fraction? A fraction represents a part of whole. Fractions are used to represent quantities less than 1. So, when we need to represent something that is less than 1, we use fraction. Now, let's learn something new. How to identify the fraction, the shaded and the unshaded part. Look at this circle. This circle has been divided into 2 equal parts and the colored part is 1 out of the 2 equal parts. So, we can write it in this way, 1 upon 2. 1 is the number of part that is shaded or colored and 2 is the total number of parts. Now, look at this circle. This circle has been divided into 4 equal parts and 2 parts has been shaded. So, we can write it as 2 upon 4. That means total number of parts are 4 and how many parts are shaded? That is 2. Let's discuss some more examples. Look at this shape. There are 4 equal parts, and how many parts are colored? 3. So 3 out of 4 equal parts are colored. So we can represent it as using the fraction 3 upon 4. That means total number of parts are 4 and how many parts are shaded? That is 3. Now if we have to tell how many parts are not shaded, that means the unshaded fraction. The unshaded fraction will be 1 upon 4. Total number of parts are 4 and how many parts are not shaded? That is 1. Now let's solve some examples. Color 1/2, that is 1 upon 2 of the shape. Here we can see that the shape is divided into 2 equal halves. That means total number of parts are 2 and we have to color how many parts? That is 1. So let us color or shade one part. So let's shade it. So in this way you will shade the part that is mentioned. Now let us take the next example. Color 4 upon 8 of the shape. That means total number of parts are 8 and we have to shade how many parts? That is 4. So let us shade 4 parts. Now can you see I have shaded 4 parts. Now let us take one more type of example. What part of each figure is shaded and unshaded? That means the figure is given to us and it has been shaded. We have to write how many parts are shaded and how many parts are unshaded. We have to write it as a fraction. So let us first count how many equal parts are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. That means total parts are 8. And as we know that we write total parts of the figure as denominator. So let us write 8. Now let us count how many parts are shaded. 1, 2, 3. 3 parts are shaded. So we will write over here 3 as the numerator. So the fraction is 3 upon 8. Now we have to write the unshaded fraction. As we know, the total number of parts are 8. So let us write 8 as the denominator. Now let us count how many parts are unshaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 parts are unshaded. So we will write 5 as the numerator. What is the fraction? 5 upon 8. Let us take the next example. Now again over here we have to write first of all the shaded fraction and then the unshaded fraction. Let us first count how many parts are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parts are there. So 4 we will write as the denominator. Now let us count how many parts are shaded. 1, 2. 2 parts are shaded. So 2 we will write as the numerator. So what is the shaded fraction? 2 upon 4. Now let us write the unshaded fraction. As we know, the total parts are 4. So let us write 4 as the denominator. Now let us count how many parts are unshaded. 1, 2. 2 parts are unshaded. So we will write 2 as the numerator. So the unshaded fraction is also 2 upon 4. Let's recall what we have learnt today. First of all, we have learnt that a fraction represents a part of whole. That means fractions are used to represent quantities less than 1. In a fraction, the upper part tells us the number of parts of the whole and the lower part tells us total number of equal parts. Then we have learned how to identify the shaded and the unshaded fractions. To find out the shaded fraction, we have to count how many parts are shaded, that is 2, and how many total parts are there, that is 4. So the shaded fraction is 2 upon 4. To identify the unshaded fraction, we have to count how many parts are not shaded, that is 2, and how many total parts are there, that is 4. So the unshaded fraction is 2 upon 4. I hope kids you have understood how to identify the shaded and the unshaded fractions. Now complete the pages that has been given to you in your SNAP homework. Thank you.